you're going to be anything. And the hockey is there was some preseason feel for some of this hockey today. Especially Pickles down. Hey, he had the last test defenders, while everything swung wide on that side. They were doing everything to get all that in. That's what it's computing. So, Patrick United in the backhand. He only got to the first three. Martin had lost off and taken the side, but it was also called. Second series, crossbars for Walter. Barney then found pretty fast out of town. Smith has shot and stick the side by Sorokin. Shots are 5-1 hanging for 4.5 minutes in to get a power play to the 10. Malcolm forward to lead for a pick. There was no picking both. Getting her and Stevens did it for the dollar and goal ball. It's getting those there. So now to get the girls on the probably probably 51%. Who's going to score as much as offside? Vegas trying to set it in minutes. The average comes to pass. They cross on range for a goal on that. Shots are 12 to the 10 and 7 minutes off. But it's 13-19 to beat them nice and love. They're one offense changes with the assist. Vegas press for the scoring. At 14:37, Houston has put one in the count. He has one of his offside earlier in the series. Puts it for that stage, 132 left down to the power play. Paul Mears scored 30 seconds challenging from the stop. It doesn't count. So Paul Mears scored from Nelson and Riley at 1944, which also means going to be put it on this third down and bring back on top of them. I can make that if you want to do that. So the Islanders are tied after 2. We're going into the third. And 136 in on that cover play. So this point, right towards the end of it, he puts it in on Brian State. Fourth and kickoff with the assist. Kickoff versus NHL point. He is pretty good tonight, too. So if he gets any time in the playoffs, he can kick it with a little bit of a different look against the team. Pascal has a coach for as said. Penguins press at 4 minutes, stop to 5 and 3 Pittsburgh in 8 minutes. You get a power play to the Penguins, and then Carter, what might be his final game. You get the goal here, up to the season. Prodigy is bunching with the assist and 56. So that's the kick in. Puts Pittsburgh into the 4-4 tie, but at 14-27 home service. 31 seconds slot. Here's the play with the assist on that. To make it a 5-4 lead. The Islanders, the goals pull out 25 left. They're coming out 5 seconds. Not to the 3. So that means it's a penalty shot to 10 to the end. Whoever takes penalty shot in, so the thing is the problem. He's denied 12 for 5 penalty shots in his career. Carter has denied his close. Penguins going to the tie. They don't. They lose in 25 and 4. Garrett goes 39, 27 and 15 with the win. With the loss, the Penguins 17 and 38, 16 and 12. Shots on that 15, 12, 6 in the first, 18, 11, 6 in the second, 16, 9, 6 in the third. Final shots are 44 to 13 for the Penguins. Power play, Penguins 15 to 2. Islanders 6 to 3. 6, 12 to 8 for Pittsburgh. They don't get to 27 out of 15 for 6, 40 and 44. Alright, every time 6 coffee tells a story. We collect high-quality, responsibly sourced beans and blend them into the same recipe and long care since 1964. It's Canada's favorite coffee for a reason. Things for good. Learn more at timhortons.ca. Little longer. Toronto is going to mistake was can we get Matthews this Saturday in bowl game the last game of the year? And the answer is no. They tried. He had a lot of shots. He had a long time ago. When I got this one on his clearance, he was like 45. So yeah, I got it, but what I got was something clear in that case. But yeah, so I figured like I should wear this so Victor versus Ingram. And a lot of tears at the end of this one, but I mean, he's still on a good note. Valentine for that help the team staying turnovers. And he was able to run while he's on the run. And he's pretty good offensively. Temple and Valentine doing this. Paulson has an extra deck following Oilers press at 5.5 minutes. We get a power play to it, that's come off. 3,030 power play to it. Press that shot. Yanmark drives up the unit, and then Terrence gets one in. The reserve deck, while the start at 13:06 to 1.5. The draws are 8 to 5 for the Coyotes, with 4.5 minutes left. The Coyotes press for 3 minutes left, and then they score after 10. With Scarrows and they scored after 1. It saves 1 more after 1. Second period. Third press by Wood, fouled at the 1.5 minutes. Draws are 3-1 for the Coyotes, 3.5 minutes. Power play for the Oilers. The referee sucks because of that, but power play still not, so no harm, no foul. I guess there was a harm and a foul, but in the end, there was no goal left. Excellent tonight after that. Following the cameras on the inside, the shots were 4 to 3 Coyotes for the Keller blocked out that count. The Coyotes pressed down that spot. Tony is the next right against held it for quickly, and then at 15:05, the Keller flips one on the fast break and goes out and finds the 33 pass. Shots the goal scoring ability there. And David Raptor with the assist for Raptor. That's the first NHL point. If you want to see each other too, and based on his picture, I would say 11. So Shane Doan was in the booth as well. They're normally, I'm not only happy about, guys talking to the actions, but it was nice to hear Shane Doan's perspective of what's going on in Minnesota, talking about all the drafts, all of the basically the last 25 years of them being with the team, and just how things programs in Arizona to run for kids looking to play hockey. And that's also okay. It's one of those things where, for charity, there's charities out there at times to help them get, gear for hockey and all that. I have been to that kind of thing before. With the NHL team bought under Arizona to this point, it's going. So going to the second period, the Coyotes up to 1. Early exit for the Oilers to get a power play for the Coyotes. That's the other side. So that's power play still off. There's an absence. Fairly forward, but if an offside, they don't count it. So I guess that play was offside. It was close. Currently, there's one on the net right there, pulling Sonic, and Dustin with the assist at 4:55. Dylan Dustin is a beat. So it's 3-1 for the Coyotes. Next on the flag, and O'Brien on the one side of that 65. And then you show one. Polo very much and then it's Polo 20 and then he goal. Good for him. First point goal season, and I hope it's the first of his career 4. Drops are 5-4. It's 5-4 for the Oilers in that. Get a power play for that's their one time of the stage. Remember that because the next one gets posted in. Justice from Keller and first one at 14.7 on the power play. Oilers full goal in 5-12 left. I know it's there. Against trying to find the 6.5, but you're receiving 50 to 45 this game. You have Ben Sennett together in 6. In the game, there were hugs for the head trainer. I guess he's going to go into all like he did. And they also produced fans, they got cheers from the crowd. And it just really affects a lot of people. And it's more than just, there's no good arena. There's a lot of people affected by it. And so the Coyotes win this 1-5-2. It had to be a bittersweet moment. The t-shirts they gave out for that weight-up they were doing tonight, all those t-shirts I thought were pretty sharp. Really simple. Not saying it's sort of like difficult to put together. It's probably pretty quick in terms of that. Yeah. 36-41-5 for the Coyotes with the win against the loss. The Oilers finished out 49-28%. How do you spend it on Denver? So it starts on that 10-6 in the first, 9-8 Oilers third, on the second, 11-9 Oilers in the third. Final thoughts 29-24 for the Oilers. The Oilers go 0 for 2 on the power play, and there's only 1 for 2. At Tiki, we want to show our appreciation for our company. That's why Tiki customers get up to 15% off a new home insurance policy from TV Insurance. Conditions apply.
Metro love sometimes in order to move forward, and that is what Vancouver Canucks fans have to do when being forced to cheer against Luke Shannon. And Anthony Pavilion too, I guess. The Canucks are playing the Nashville Predators in the first round of the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs, and I thought this would be a fun way to open up this current video. But heading into today's contest, the Canucks are not playing the Preds today. They're playing the Winnipeg Jets. Now, I'll be able to watch this game. I'll make a post-game video about it. It may be a little bit quick, though, because I do have some hockey to get to right after. But, hey, we've made post-game videos on 81 of the 82 regular season games, so I wanted to go out there and finish the story. This, of course, is not the only piece of news that we have to talk about in this video. This isn't even news. This is just a meme. In actual news, though, yesterday we had ourselves a post made on the Our Canucks sub by CS Boy 1337. They said this: "First time in Canada, first Canucks game, I ran into a few players at my hotel after the game." And you can see this Reddit user had his photo taken with Dakota Joshua on his right, and Ian Cole, Philip Hronek, and JT Miller in front of him. It's kind of weird seeing these guys smile, especially after the heated battle they had against the Calgary Flames. Philip Hronek went from chirping the heck off out of the Flames roster to sipping on some whatever that is in his cup with the boys here. But I wanted to bring up this post because it's so funny how this dude ended up making a post with these guys, Miller, Hronek, and Cole. And one day later, after this photo was posted, we had ourselves the word that Miller, Hronek, Cole, and Brock Besser will be sitting tonight against the Winnipeg Jets. Okay, that is kind of coincidental here. Just kind of odd to see that the three guys that were here in this picture are all going to be sitting out. Kind of coincidental on CS Boy 1337's part, but this, of course, is a game that doesn't really mean anything, as we had heard heading into the week. Once the Canucks locked up second place in the Pacific, in the West, and once Nashville locked themselves into the first wild card, it was already confirmed the Canucks are going to play the Predators. We have no real reason to play this game against the Winnipeg Jets. But Besser, Miller, Hronek, and Cole are all going to sit. We had word from Tocchet yesterday that the Canucks may not ice a full roster, but for Patrick Echo, this is good. The fact that he is getting the final game of the season, he played very well in the Calgary game. I think he had 40-plus saves, something like that. So heading into this game, this will be another test against a very good team. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to go out there and talk about some of these guys too before we get into the signing news of today, because Patrick Allvin did make a signing. Brock Besser is a guy that I'm so gosh darn proud of, because if you talk about his entire profile, 73 points in 81 games played, 40 goals, 33 assists. Brock Besser is no longer a non-30 goal scorer. He had a 40-goal season, and the crazy part is, the fact that he's sitting out this final game of the year actually prohibits him from playing his first full 82-game campaign. He had never reached 82 games before. He was always out with something. He did play the full 56-game campaign in the 2020-2021 season, but aside from that, Brock Besser has never been this close to a full season compared to now. 81 games played. He's taken the last day off. I'm not going to go out there and use this as an opportunity to bash anybody, but for future Lego, going out there and checking the records by the time 2050 comes around and we're talking about Brock Besser as a legend of Vancouver Canucks lore, please remember that in 23-24, it's not that he was injured once, it's straight up that he didn't play the last game. He had a maintenance day. A lot of the other guys did too. Same thing can be said about JT Miller, who finishes off the season with 103 points in 81 games played. That is a 21-point increase from last season. 5 goals and however many assists over here. 16, I'm pretty sure it is, something like that. JT Miller has been such a monster this year, the most valuable player for the team. 100-point scorer, 99 points 2 seasons ago, 82 points last year. You gotta remember, last year for JT Miller was seen by a lot of people as a bad year. Not because 82 points in 81 games played is particularly bad, but because JT Miller and his attitude issues and the drama with the trades and everything, the rumors, it was so bad. And Miller himself even said during this Woodrow era that there was sort of a toxic environment going on in the room. So seeing that all go in, seeing Miller's production go from 99 to 82 to 103, JT Miller is a 100-point guy, and even if he doesn't play the last game of the season, this is still a season to remember. Miller hasn't played a full 82-game campaign with the Canucks either. So that's interesting to note. I mean, this guy certainly does have a chance to cement himself as one of the better players in Canucks lore. Signed on to the end of 2030 as well, so he kind of has no choice but to do that. Philip Hronek not playing in the last game is okay. He'll finish off the season with 48 points in 81 games. 45 goals, 43 assists. It's not the 60, 65-point pace that he was at earlier. Managing your expenses all starts here. With a relevant interest rate of the year, but it still is a career high in all of these categories. You have the most assists, you have the most points, and the most games played too. This is the most games that Philip Hronek has ever played in an NHL season, with his prior career high being 78 with Detroit 2 seasons ago. Philip Hronek, of course, last year was injured a bit, which is why he only played 4 games after coming over to Vancouver from the Horvat trade. But Philip Hronek has been totally fine. Very good addition to the blue line. Same thing can be said about Ian Cole, who's also played quite a few games this season. He maxes out at 78 games. He didn't miss a few. The scratches and maintenance days and whatever. So Cole definitely has been a main part of this roster as well. Just so defensively sound. He doesn't need to produce any points to be effective. He had multiple 26-point seasons, though, with Colorado and with Pittsburgh. But this season, only getting 11 points, that's totally fine. Ian Cole's a veteran, Stanley Cup winning guy. He's got 2 cups to his name, 35-year-old veteran, and he brings some experience in his blue line. So it's a pretty good cast of guys. Yesterday, that the club has agreed to terms of forward Vasily Podkolzin on a 2-year contract. We're happy with how far Vasily has worked in his game to try to become a more consistent player. While there's still room for him to grow, starting a year in Abbotsford and working his way back up to Vancouver shows the type of commitment and dedication we want in all our players. Our group looks forward to helping Vasily continue to improve and get better. All of this information is available on the prospects, so we're going to go out there and look at this here. Podkolzin, 22 years old, signed on to the end of 2025-2026, coming off of his ELC, which is a very good date to be a part of for this guy. He had himself 28 points in 44 Abbotsford Canucks games and 2 points in 18 Vancouver Canucks games, but don't let this number fool you. 2 points in 18 games is fine, considering the fact that Podkolzin is just an absolute monster of a player. He forechecks, he works hard, he blocks shots, he is a very, very capable player. And he said as well on the interview that he's really happy to be here for 2 more years. This is going to be great. Podkolzin has been learning a lot of English too. I mean, if you listen to the interviews, he doesn't need a translator anymore. He doesn't need an interpreter. He's gone out there to learn the language. He's literally put himself in a position to be more accustomed to the environment. He himself was like translating for a Cruz Vancouver, I'm pretty sure it was, even as far back as last year. So Podkolzin has been such a hard worker. He's only 22. There's a lot more to give out of this guy at the NHL level. And when it comes to the AAV, it appears that it's going to be $1 million a season, which is great. $1 million a year for a very capable checking forward in the bottom 6 who could produce some offense once in a while. If Podkolzin ends up becoming something in the same realm as a Dakota Joshua, I think everyone in Vancouver is very happy. So Podkolzin's sticking around until 2026. That's great. And the Canucks have themselves some guys sitting out tonight. Best of Miller, Cole, no bueno for the start against the Jets here. Their seasons are over. Most of them at 81 games played. This actually is pretty good news, I would say, for Elias Pettersson. The fact that he is playing and not sitting out like these dudes over here. Maybe it's a distribution of talent thing, maybe it's whatever. But the fact is, if Elias Pettersson was hurt, like some people were speculating, it probably would have been a better decision for him to sit out, right? So the fact that he's playing says to me that he's actually stayed okay. He just may not have been as good as we expected him to be the past few weeks or so, not shooting as much, not scoring as much. But either way, we can thoughts of the conversation below. Vasily Podkolzin getting re-signed by the club, as well as the absences in today's game against the Jets. It's Game 82 on tap here in the NHL for Vancouver. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Wash the dishes like a boss. It looks like from boss.
With that else, it's a scheduled first-round pick. It's only the games supporting in the NHL. That's the way right side of Fogle to start the game. The longest side. Robo can see there. And it's starting on front line. Here's what stop made. David chased out the circle. And Rick wants the face off of the Tiger. So like the line of Digger. Line changes on the field. Not for that. Fire off the win this final home game. Final game of their season. Right? With us circling. Waiting. Trying to bang off. Sliding it out. Position. They're thinking under that. Look around, just kind of flyers and gets right for the business. He jumps on the first. Getting on the seven. Not there, it's just a little bit of action out there. Finds its way to the goal tonight. First 5, and their final six in there. From Dylan Gunther, another bright spot for the Coyotes. The TSN mark goes to work. Blows the stick with it. Brown wheeling up. One-timer Rover off the sets of English. Dangerous. That's double. Good season. 33 goals, 75 points. The league of Coyotes across the board. Who's not going to see the world fights now? Both of the goals are even. But the play will be under their field. You can look at him. I think you'll see the water ball. After the water ball, goes a little bit to the back bar. Makes it a drop pass by Draisaitl. This is the combination they put together last game for United. David Hopkins and Draisaitl talking to scoring for this one. So they're playing with Calder and that point. But Leo. Let's say that's not that. They're going so hard to the ground and move to the other ball in the back. This just hits Draisaitl. Big ball around. And David Hopkins. For multiplying at 0.700. Here's a one-timer. Speared by Connor but they'll make the save. The face-off coming to his right. They were known as the Phoenix Coyotes until 2014. Off the draw. Good start. The new Hopkins. They gave it inside. Tried to force feed it in. Nice drive here, sir. They gave it again, taking this spot to the net. Big down. Good serving. Casey Haskins. He's trying to get his bearings and find his stick. Corey Perry over the flat. Trying to get around here for big center. Swatch trying to stop on Ingram. Didn't know where the rebound was. Conveys guys. Better off. Second to center. Trying to target the post. Yeah, inside that post. Here's Theodore Sarek pass. And leaving out the front side. Left side, 8-yard ball. It's time. Off the official, and O'Brien Gary for one up the lead. They're going to need ties those people on some nice work again in the offensive zone. Inside ball, once they take possession, we're directed by Sam Carrick. If he can get the paddle down, and it's a short pass from Echo, and it's head up the whole way. We're looking to see where Carrick was going to be found that stick. No chance right on that. This he turned away from it, and now McDavid breaks loose. Well, I'm going to be like short in direction. Another shot to save it by England. from the day down to 7. The Kelly on his horse. The Bay, all the time,
Bitcoin lets you control your finances. Kraken lets you buy Bitcoin.
I just time to the one check with the next happening. That is very public. What's up? It's all that's obviously. It's fall. But it's got to look in the fall, right? If it's that home, so it's popping off. It's building same story as like a liquor. Here's how the best place out. He's had a good year, hasn't he? Yes, good. The third period, the Oilers twice this year have been randomly in Arizona after 2 periods. First game here, going to be February, the goals in the third period. Other than the Oilers being crossed in the various stuff. Yes, Jersey. It was Gunther. If you let me look at sorry, you talk about this, the nice little block pass, and it's been great to take the spoon and lost and not to go from that spin and reach up over top of the glove. Beautiful move, the big damn tight. And the celebration afterwards, jumped and it dropped the buckets and it goal. 3-1 Coyotes. Gunther, Torrentona. That's all the start the first. Looking for his second goal. Makes a pass with Allen. Foster over. Those strong Anderson. Over. He's the one that shoots us love. Bring it to this game takes the gas up with it's the first time that that's the table. But it's the such a little scene for over the top of the ice. Because he gets his feet moving, he punches right through it. Down for a strike, down he puts to the first back, a little bit further down on the score. And it's one of himself on top of the looking into the season for the ice. And he's going to build on that. Everybody's up. It's 18 and 40 this year. The Oilers is good movement here in the power play by the Coyotes. Some skilled players on the ice, moving around, finding those lanes. And then there's no Mr. right there to stop the first of the right spot. Like Dylan got their head up the hole, the lead towards that thing, across to the TSA hole. Flying around, right side. Can't throw it again, inside the pockets. So inside, it's by April. 50 for the blue line. Able to clear now. Able to come back out into the tunnel. Right side steps up. It's all shoots. And the block the line over the body. Those capabilities, you're going to watch us kind of battle against the Rockets, have it Welcome back. Yep. Boston and Toronto. Again, the interesting thing is they haven't met over the last 4 seasons, but it does feel like this is back to what we know. We know the series will go 17, right? Generally seems to be the case. Now, Toronto's going to beat Boston, I think, the U.S. limited. If it goes to game 7 in Boston, it's going to go more dicey. The reality is, though, the team that they faced first round, and it had a lot of the elements that built Boston together. And one of the questions I have is going to be the starter, like the talking about both of Boston, but who's going to be the starter as well, and how long of a week the starter have. Like, he'll be Samsonov, but it's struggling to get one over again. So there's a lot of question marks around this series. Now, Boston won all 4 minutes of the game. It was a regular not picking it up. Three shootouts in on November 2nd, so we don't have shootouts. December 2nd, 4-3 overtime. So we don't have 3-on-3 overtime either. And then March 4th, a 4-1 win. March 7th, 4-1 win. So Boston's one of the most recent wins. Toronto has to learn from and for Boston, they have to adjust back. And so it'll be an interesting series. Boston finished the season 47-20-15, Toronto 46-26-10. There's not really that much difference between teams in terms of their overall standing, but I understand that right now people are taking the Bruins. I mean, part of it is Toronto's reputation. Toronto needs to take that reputation. Now the thing is that if they're going to stop the Bruins, it's going to have to be Pasternak they stop first. Pasternak thinks he needs to gain 47 games, 63 assists, 110 points. The All-Star break, 33 games, 14 goals, 24 assists, 38 points. The Bruins have to play their best hockey. Marchand, 82 games, 29 goals, 38 assists, 57 points. With the All-Star break, 42 games, a low 5 goals, 10 assists, 50 assists, I should say, 20 points. So Marchand slowed down a little bit this year, but for the playoffs, because we're still in town, they need playoff Marchand. So the playoffs, 8 games, 25 goals, 6 points. If the All-Star break, 33 games, 7 goals, 16 points. Then you've got Zaka. Zaka had a really good year, 17 games, 21 goals, 38 assists, 39 points. And Coyle and Zaka are going to be a point to keep an eye on because they're trying to fill the roles the first run and Tracy had before that. But Zaka, since the All-Star break, 33 games, 11 goals, 86 points. McAvoy, 74 games, 12 goals, 35 assists, 47 points. Since the All-Star break, 33 games, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. And then the goaltending. So Swayman with a record 25 penalties, 916 saves percentage. At points this year, it looked like might be one of the favorites for the President. Tailed off though after the All-Star break, 9-7 1 9-3 saves percentage. So again, Hellebuyck for the investment long. Something happened. Boulevard 22-10-7 overall, 916 saves percentage. The All-Star break, 7-4-5 17 saves percentage. So for Boston, the numbers have definitely been off since the All-Star. Now, have they been off for Toronto? Not really yet. There are still scenarios for sure. I don't think either of these teams are going to the playoffs necessarily because they're not participating in the playoffs. I think they can more certainly. The next two they won with 69 goals, they win with 107 points. There's the All-Star break, 35 goals, 29 goals, 49 points. The Rangers slowed down a bit after the All-Star break. They put an 82 games, 40 goals, 50 games, 19 points. They're still above the points per game though after the All-Star break. 35 games, 17 goals, 26 and 37 points. Nick Barner, 69 games played, 26 goals, 59 assists, 85 points. That's All-Star break, 26 games, 6 goals, 26 assists, 32 points. Then you got John Tavares, who's actually got better since the All-Star break. Overall, his numbers, 80 games, 29 goals, 36 assists, 59 Toronto, 33 games, 15 goals, 30 points. Morgan Riley had 10 goals with the All-Star break, getting up to 7 overall, so 61 assists for 58 points and 72 games. This the All-Star break 25 games, but even though he's got a goal, he's assists, he still takes that. Samsonov, yes, let's see how long he has. He's over the 22-7 and 8 record, and he takes the game. It's the All-Star break, 54, he's at the 99, takes the game. Wall, 12, 11, 1, 9, 7, 6, 6 overall, but since the All-Star break, 4-6 with an 89 save percentage. So there are question marks in both sides. Players that are looking to forget what's happened in the All-Star break and just go out there and fight for the best. So we'll look at the numbers heading into the two teams. Taylor and Tate with the work. Goal for, big from 290 goals scored. The opposition with a lot of offense for here. They would prefer a lower scoring game. That's for them. Power plays, well in favor of them, 24%. Whereas Boston's at 22.2%, and 15% 56%. Penalty kills favors Boston at 82.5%, whereas Toronto's at 76.9%. So again, while Toronto's penalty kill having a great, Boston's power play hits, these teams don't even. Both of these teams have 2,259 hits for Boston, 2,227 hits for Toronto. The only soft idea is the Toronto now. Block shots, well, Toronto's favored there, 1,352 block shots. Boston, 1,299. Now, leading first is important for both of these teams. Boston, if they score first, 35, 5, and 9. If they allow the first goal, it's 12, 15, 6. The first goal is really important. It's not as important as Toronto, but they score first, 31, 11, and 6. When they allow the first goal, 32, 15, and 4. So if Toronto scores first, Boston might be up against it. Again, makes some sense. They don't generate as much offense as Toronto, right? Your more explosive teams are going to be more capable of overcome that victory. Now, it's a one-goal game in favor of Toronto. 543 points percentage. Boston, 444. They did a bit of a double take when they saw that. If it's a two-goal game, that dramatically favors Boston at 692 points percentage. Toronto, not a fan of two-goal games, 400 points percentage. If it's three or more goals, 667 points percentage for Boston, 657 points percentage for Toronto. So much like the Florida series I just here, these teams seem to like it when they walk by the sport. It's no idea when it's coming to Boston when they generally play a long tempo, play a full tempo, slowly tempo. People often have to see on the overall numbers tell you they want to make sure they're 3-0 forward 5-1. The one goal games are not as good as the Toronto. 64% of the scale at the time of the tournament to stick the ball to the and again, I'm not surprised. I would be very surprised if one of those things did that. Because Boston's reputation in the playoffs has been as Toronto, but recent history has not been a Boston side. 2020, Boston loses in the second round against Tampa Bay, 4-1. 2021, they lose in the second round against the Islanders, 4-2. They got to the first round 2022, they lost in the first round against Carolina, 7. 2023, they lost against Florida, 7. That's pretty exciting. Instead of going 7. On the Toronto side of things, they lost the qualifying round in 3-2 against Columbus, 2020 and 2021. They lost round 1 against Montreal in 7. 2022, they lost in the first round against Tampa Bay in 7. 2023, in the second round, they lost against Florida in 5, 4-1. So it is interesting how these teams have both had divisions, but teams that have struggled. 14 teams had 22 years for Boston, 76 games, 17 goals, 29 points. Part of the reason that Seattle fell back is I think that they were personnel decisions and letting them go and just love them. Lindholm, not a fantastic team for them offensively, but he's carrying on to play a lot of important playoffs. 73 games, 3 goals, 23, 26 points. Frank Kreider had himself a year with 8 games, 2 goals, 23, 40 points. He's dropped one, and Stan to provide that. Then we get over to the Toronto side, and Max Domi, not the goals he might have wanted with only 9, but it's 8 games, he also also had 38 assists for 47 points. Tyler games, 21 goals, 22 assists, 23 points. Very hot goal. And for two new scores playing against the team that played with in the playoffs last year, he has familiarity for all players. I'm thinking no. And then Robertson. Nick Robertson is one of those real wild cards in this. If he can score a couple goals in Boston, it can be part of how strong he's Boston. 56 14 goals in this one at that point. Corey Boston, because honestly, Boston, he's like, here's where everything I can't win from. I have won from for a long season on 54. I think this series he could be really, really close. Yes, I think Toronto can win. It would go a long way towards spelling this idea that they can't play in the playoffs. But if you usually get to a 7th game or a deciding game, they have to overcome whatever physical or mental issues that's causing them not to be able to get over the hump. So we'll see. And I don't mean any sarcasm with that at all. And again, so I am obviously rooting for Boston and the best of both teams. And I'll be here. Let me know your picks in the comments section below. How do you feel this series is going to play? I think one of the fascinating storylines is going to be Boston. Every indication they're going to make the playoffs. Which I think that is yet to start out the third game. And then on the Toronto side, and Toronto find enough goaltending. And
Wallpaper or paint? We make thousands of financial decisions every day. That's all of it all, with alerts and insights from the CIBC Smart Account.
A staple card in UPO is a term for a card that's useful in pretty much any game. So this level we went over some of the easiest to get staples in Master Duel, as all of these are the normal, the lowest ones in the game. And at number 10, we have the Monk of the Tenny. Monk of the Tenny is just a list one monster that simply requires a non-link Tenny monster of materials. So it's not exactly a generic list one monster, but it is part of a very efficient engine. You see, there's another Tenny card called the Tenny Spirit Vegeta, which is a rare quality monster, so not exactly normal rarity, but also easy to get tactical. And Vegeta has two effects, where it can shuffle some of itself from your hand if you don't control a strike monster, and also it can banish itself from your hand to graveyard in order to bounce one of your cards, as long as you control a face-up non-effect monster. So, the way you use Vegeta is you shuffle something from your hand when you have a clear field, and then use it as a full material to go into Monk of the Tenny. Then you're able to use Vegeta's effect in the graveyard, because Monk of the Tenny is a non-effect monster on the field, where he can then bounce one of your opponent's cards. So with a single Vegeta, you're able to go +1 in card economy because you end your combo with the field, and removal of any one of your opponent's cards, including a backbone weapon, like a skill tree. And you still have your normal summon free, and there's no other restrictions. And this is why the Monk of the Tenny and Vegeta combo were just used in normal TCG decks as a mini engine. And any kind of deck that can support it, because Vegeta is also just painfully level 7 monster in the field, if you need that for something instead of blowing the monk. Although since this combo really relies on Vegeta to be used as a staple, it is kind of cheating a little bit by putting Monk of the Tenny up here in order to benefit this combo, which is why it's only at number 10 spot. Even though those little combos should probably be included in a lot of meta decks, much more readily than the field of these splits. And at number 9, we have Giant Rex. This is a level 4 monster with 2,000 attack, which is way higher than normal for a level 4 monster, so it has a negative effect where it can't attack directly. Now, the useful thing about Giant Rex is that if this card is banished, you can then immediately shuffle summon it, and then if you have any banished dinosaur monsters, it will gain 200 attack ratio. The way Giant Rex is normally played is with any deck that might want to banish it from the graveyard for some kind of play, or you can actually banish it directly from the deck with Little Sarcophagus, in order to essentially spell summon it directly from your deck. Essentially, it will just spell summon itself from being for the deck to be banished. Which in fact, the spell summon itself is a hard one to return. But as long as you kind of space out when you banish it, you essentially get a free monster on the field if you're playing some kind of deck that can banish Giant Rex and return pretty regularly. And at number 8, we have Pentastep. This is a Link 2 monster that just requires any 2 effect monsters with materials, and has the effect where, if you have a linked monster that attacks a defense position monster, then they inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Just as a reminder that piercing battle damage is one of the very few keywords in Yu-Gi-Oh! And basically this means your opponent will take damage if you attack a defense position monster with an attack position monster where they take damage equal to the difference between the attack and defense of those 2 cards, instead of normally where they would take piercing battle damage. Now, what's great about Pentastep is that it grants piercing damage to basically any monster you want. In Yu-Gi-Oh!, a card is considered linked under 2 conditions, where either it's been pointed to by a linked monster, or if it itself is a linked monster pointing to a monster. And because the Pentastag's link arrows are just up and down, it's incredibly easy to start off with Pentastag, and then special summon the monster that you want to get piercing damage to underneath it. Or to special summon Pentastag to negate the monster in the extra monster zone. Now, normally piercing damage is not super good effect, and you don't really play monsters because they have piercing damage. It's just a nice effect to have if the monster doesn't already have. It's like a flammable bonus effect. However, when you can readily give any monster piercing damage from the extra deck with a generic monster, then it kind of opens up a little bit more avenues on how to push for games, like being a cheap out to an invulnerable code for people, which will run into occasion with Master Duel. It's not like some super high tier card, but it does see competitive play, and it is definitely an excellent option if you don't have all the other using good high-rarity staples in the extra deck. And can probably win the game, because it's just an excellent tool to just have in the extra deck. Because sometimes all we need is almost a piercing gift. And at number 7, we have Orbital Titan. This is a level 8 monster with 3,000 attack, which can spell summon itself from your hand if you need the condition where You simply have 5 little monsters in the graveyard that have different names to each other, and no monsters in the graveyard that share the same name. Its special summon effect is not once per turn, so if you have 3 copies of Orbital Hydro Landed in your hand, you can bring them all out, assuming you get the conditions for a single one of them. Or if it's bounced back to your hand, you can just bring it out again, with sometimes it's beneficial because it has another effect, where on spells to you, or if yours in your opponent's turn, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard and to destroy one card in the field, and its effect is only a soft once per turn. However, before it destroys the card, it attacks your graveyard to make sure you don't have any monsters that share the same name. So if the mill of the 3 cards gives the cost of the effect happens to mill extra copies of the monsters in the graveyard, then it won't actually destroy anything. So because the condition doesn't something back, and mill the copies of it is turn off this effect. So technically, Orbital Hydro Landed can be played in any deck. It's just most decks like to play multiple copies of their best monsters, which you can't really do with Orbital Hydro. You have to go through deck around Orbital Hydro. And while it is a really good card, it's not good enough to build your deck around it, which is probably why it's only in the normal variant. But if for some reason you're playing a deck that can afford to only play one copy of your cards, or you're playing in a limited format, then it might be worth running 3 Orbital Hydrolanders for an excellent deck boss monster. At number 6, we have Danger Mothman. This is a level 4 monster, which is part of a Danger archetype, where all the Danger main deck monsters have a shared effect where, if the monster is in your hand, you can reveal the card for a hot second in order to activate the effect, where you then stop revealing your hand to your opponent, shuffle your hand and have your opponent randomly choose one card of this card. And if the monster chosen random was not the Danger monster that was activating the effect, or the one with the same name, you then get to special summon the Danger monster from your hand and then draw one card. And the way all of the Danger monsters differ is in their second effects, where they all have an effect at front if they're discarded like a card effect, i.e. like being discarded like their first effect. The Danger Mothman's second effect is that if it's discarded, both players draw one card, and both players discard one card. So basically, Garfield wins. And out of all of the normal rare Dangers, Danger Mothman is definitely one of the best with this card effect. Although the good thing about Dangers is their first effects, and how none of the first effects have a return. So if you activate a Danger from your hand in order to try to special summon it, and you're going to change the attack while into a spring to it, you can just do it again, even if it's effectively a once. Because the effect is not once per turn, and because the first effect is not once per turn, it is possible for Danger decks to draw the average card of the deck in one turn if they're really lucky with them not hitting the Danger monsters to be discarded. In fact, there were some really competitive decks in the past that were aiming to do the exact same deck, and because the first effect of all the Dangers is so good, it allows you to basically play the any kind of deck that wants to send cards to the graveyard, and might want extra cards in the field to use link materials, or for any other kind of access. So technically, all of the Danger monsters are good, because the good part of the Dangers is the first effect, which they won't share, and a lot of them are in the local rarity. So it's possible to play a full bench of Danger monsters without any of them being cast off from a opponent. And at number 5, we have Right Hand Shark. This is a level 4 fish monster, which has the fact that when it's level summoned, you get to add a left hand shark from the deck. This is rarely how the card is actually played. The good part of this card is everything else about it. Where its second effect is that if this card is in your graveyard and control no monsters, you can special summon it within its banished to defeat the field. And if it's used as an Xyz material for a monster where you're only using water monsters as materials, then that Xyz monster gains the effect where it can't be destroyed by battle. And here's the fun thing about my it can apply this battle protection to any Xyz monster, just as long as the other material is also water. So we can provide battle protection to something like number 59 foot poop, in order to have an internal monster in the field that can't be destroyed by battle, or affected by card effects. And also, another interesting thing as a workaround for these kinds of effects, but as long as you just don't use it for some other kind of summon, and only attacks the summon, you'll always have right hand shark in graveyard where you can use the effect to come back again. And at number 4, we have Bottomless Dreadfall. This is a trap card which can only be activated in response to a monster being summoned, where you destroy all monsters with more than 1,500 attack over summoned, and then damage them. So your opponent summons a whole bunch of monsters at the same time, like say through the effect of trying to get involved, or with a pendulum summon, you can banish all of the choice cards that meet the conditions of having 1,500 of one attack. Normally you just use it on a single summon zone to banish one monster with more than 1,500. But since it can be used on multiple monsters, Bottomless Dreadfall was actually banned with spell on copy, and either 2 or 1 copies per deck. Currently it's unlimited, and for some reason it's only an adult called Master Duel. And it's probably because it rarely...
Oh, fuck you!
That's maybe because if you're playing against a meta deck, a lot of them have ways to just dodge the effect of Bottomless Dreadfall, or destroy the card where you have a chance to activate it, or just have a set of time to negate that and stop it. But not all of them, and it's still pretty effective against meta decks. And especially non-meta decks, because a lot of decks just don't recover from having their key pieces vanished. Take Eldritch, for example. If Eldritch Signal and Lord is Spell Summons is effective Eldritch Servant of Starlight Awakening, or Eldritch Servant of Blind Awakening, you can banish Eldritch and permanently deprive your opponent of one of the resources. And you can kind of beat an Eldritch player to just go banish all of your copies of the field floor. But Bottomless Dreadfall won't be able to banish Eldritch if it's Spell Summon through its own effect, since Eldritch gains destruction immunity for around the first 2 turns after it comes out. And Bottomless Dreadfall does need to destroy the monster first before it damages it. There's also the fact that a lot of better decks just don't like to play trap cards at all. And there's lots of really good single trap cards in the game that you can play instead of Bottomless Dreadfall, like Ice Dragon Prison, which accomplishes a similar thing but without targeting or destroying. So Bottomless doesn't see tons of competitive play, but it's still a really nice option and has some very low barriers that you should keep in mind. In number 3, we have Paleozoic Luminance. This is a trap card which has the fact to simply destroy any spell trap card you get. And being able to destroy a spell trap card is pretty good at every deck. Normally, there's just other higher layer counters that are able to accomplish the same thing, but without being a trap card that needs to be sacrificed. However, Paleozoic Luminance has the other effect, which is shared amongst all the Paleozoic trap cards, where it can spell summon itself from the graveyard as a monster if another trap card is activated on the field. And while the monster is treated as a level 2 monster type with 1200 attack, that's immune to monster effects. So actually kind of hard to get rid of from these attacks, as normally you'll have to enter the battle phase in order to attack over it, or waste a similar spell attack card removal. And since it's a level 2 monster type monster, you could potentially use 2 copies of Paleozoic Luminance to go to total often, and have these monsters that can negate these 2 dummies. And there is one other benefit of having spell or trap card removal on a trap card, and that's having it out to something like Imperial Order. Imperial Order is a floodgate which can just negate the effects of all spell cards. And there's normally players in floodgate decks that want to protect their back row, because some of the best spell card removal cards in the game are things like Harvey's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, and Twisted. But Paleozoic Luminance can destroy Imperial Order, so the budget option of those better cards can actually be more useful sometimes. Especially since it comes back as a monster later on, but uses material for some effect that something. So it's actually a +1 target too, if you're able to make full use of both of its effects. And at number 2, we have Geonator Transversion. This is a Link 2 monster that just requires 82 effect monsters and materials, and has the effect where, if this card is linked, this linked card, the monster points to, can't be destroyed like card does. Now remember, that link just simply means that a linked monster is pointing to the link and it just means itself. So it's pretty easy to grant one of your monsters that is self-protection from special effects by just having it point to at least one of your monsters, or one of your opponent's monsters that has an arrow to point at your opponent. Which is necessary for the second effect, where if this card is pointing to 2 monsters, you can switch control of both of those monsters. And because of this, if your opponent has a monster in the middle monster zone, or the rightmost monster zone, it's vulnerable to being stolen and affecting the card, where you can just give your opponent one of your weaker cards to give, like maybe a Paleozoic Luminance that was summoned after using a second effect. And one really good thing about this card is that it doesn't target, as it simply denotes pointing to monster rather than having target a monster. So it's an excellent removal against just a lot of off monsters that might have something to cover them fast, or it can be targeting just as long as they're in the middle or fighting monster zones. So if you don't want your indestructible lost monster being stolen, make sure you avoid bringing them out in the middle or one of those cards. The effect of this card is still good. It's probably one of the best low-layer X-Men monsters in the game. And I actually didn't find out about it until I released my video on the best low-layer X-Men monsters in the game. And my chat told me about this wonderful gem that I definitely missed. And at number 1, we have Parallel Exceed. This is a volley monster which has the effect that if you link summon a monster, you can spell both of the card with your hand to a zone of the points. Additionally, if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon another copy of this card from your deck. But it has another effect where if this card is special summoned by another effect, it becomes a 4 and its attack and effect becomes again. And all of its effects are intolerant for the turn. So, how would you use this card is you just link summon any monster from whatever contract you're using and have a parallel exceed in your hand, where you'll then be able to spell summon from your hand and give another copy of it from your deck, essentially doing both card advantage while giving you 2 local monsters to field and not using the normal summon. And this is pretty good in pretty much any link that can afford to play parallel exceed. It's such a no-brainer extended option. It doesn't block you out of anything special. It just gives you 3 monsters in the field while being super generic and how it does. The other problem with this card is if you draw all 3 copies of them in your opening hand, and you'll have to summon Guardians, because they can only summon other copies of themselves from your deck. But you can eventually special summon them from your hand, so they're not completely dead. The Parallel Exceed engine is so good, it's kind of a wonder why it's ultimate just rare, because it's playing all kinds of decks, including Metax, and is a staple at deck. They can allow you to easily go into something like Papuska instead of everything from starter decks, or go to the disc well if they're starting to get on graveyard. You can go to stream every game on the Stanley Cup playoffs on Sportsnet Plus. Subscribe today.
Alright, so we're now going to preview Carolina and Islanders, and that runs us to the West Coast. Tomorrow, once we know 8 weeks by and everybody's got a schedule. Now, I also want to say for the channel here, you'll notice that the playoff general is there's been a couple of things that basically I'll let you say one that's like, oh, so Carolina season 52 second place in the division is like the Islanders because season 39.7. Now, of course, the Islanders have Patrick Wahlberg, who is the greatest in NHL history at what they've done, and it was told that it looked like if they wanted to, they could speed up and rebuild that something. Although the weird thing is, still with Rigamor's players might be something that the Islanders and Patrick Wahlberg hold. Could be something that Carolina needs from a playoff perspective. Now, with Carolina, they've been a contender for a while. They're looking to get over that hump of the quarterfinals, or conference finals. For the New York Islanders, they're looking to get back to that underdog that could pull off the upsets that they were in 2020 and 2021. So let me see that. This season, they've had 4 times, each team won twice. November 4th, 4-3 overtime wins for Carolina. November 30th, a 5-4 overtime win for the Islanders. On December 23rd, 5-4 wins for the Islanders. March 19th, a 4-1 win for Carolina. So there's not much difference there. The channel seems to really love Carolina. Talk about that, but the event finished in points. Now on the Carolina side, I think Sebastian Aho's doing this. I think it's done. 28 games, 36 goals, 63 assists, 89 points. Since the All-Star break, 33 games, 19 goals, 58 assists, 35 points. Seth Jarvis, he's just started making as well. 81 games, 33 goals, 34 assists, 57 points. Since the All-Star break, the better. 33 games, 18 goals, 11 assists, 29 points. Marty Nathan, as Jarvis has got better and totals have gone up until the Knicks, right to go. 77 games overall, 24 goals, 29 assists, 56 points. Since the All-Star break, 34 games, 11 goals, 26 points. Carolina, 76 games, 25 goals, 28 assists, 53 points overall. Since the All-Star break, 28 games, 9 goals, 56 assists, 24 points. Then you got Andrei Svechnikov, 850 goals for the Ducks generally scored 50 goals, but he has the talent to see himself. 59 games, 19 goals, 33 assists, 52 points. Since the All-Star break, 30 games, 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points. So for the top 5 scorers, again, there's depth in Carolina. A lot of players that can repeat. And I feel like Svechnikov could be the real wild card here. And he's got so much talent. I know the numbers don't necessarily show his talent, but it's this. On the average sidebar balance by year, 8 games, 22 goals, 57 58 points. That's points per game. Since the All-Star break, 32 games, 10 goals, 9 assists, 29 points. So pretty consistent for us. Dobson, his production dropped a bit after the All-Star break, but he's still very productive. 79 games along, 10 goals, 60 assists for 7 points. Since the All-Star break, 38, 4 goals, 48, 58 points. Rob Nelson, 82 games, 34 goals, 35 assists, 59 points. Very remarkable. He's still good. And in the playoffs, he could be a really consistent as well. Since the All-Star break, 33 games, 13 goals, 18 assists, 13 points. Oh, Horvath. 81 games played, 33 goals, 35 assists, 58 points. Since the All-Star break, 24 of it, 33 games, 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points. Kyle Palmieri got a 30th goal last night in the finale. 82 games, 30 goals, 24 assists, 54 points for Palmieri. Third best Boston, the All-Star break, 33 games, 17 goals, 26 points. But the goals scored perspective, Palmieri takes some time. Then you get blown with the goaltender. They have a question mark as well, not necessarily about who did the start, because obviously it was like Anderson, obviously, at least me, obviously, it's going to go along, but that's obviously. But I could see both goalies getting into the action with the series. Anderson 13 and 3 with 932 save percentage. Just the All-Star break, fantastic. 9-1 with 951 save percentage. Ekatov, 23-13 and 491 with save percentage. Out of the board, well, pretty good. Since the All-Star break, 12-6 and 1 and 23-6. Ekatov development is wide. Tactical goals. Provided back up to the end. Then on the other side, you got Merlon on 14 overall save percentage. Since the All-Star break, 3-1 with 922 save percentage. I have to say better than goaltenders. Soroka 25, 19, and 12 overall. 909 save percentage. Since the All-Star break, 11, 7, and 3 with 908 save percentage. So yeah, I'm feeling the numbers. They don't run along. They gave it a playoff run. I would start to go 28. And we'll see how long. Whoever starts the series ends up being a starter, which is for all 6 games. And you feel like, well, last year's series, we went 6 26 now with the goals over, that big is Carolina, 7, 7, 8, 5. Thanks, sister. Please tell me what's up, Goal against David Carolina. They allowed Florida the Islanders and Capitals can be the only team above the playoff line this year to have negative goal differential. Where power play favorite Carolina 26.9% to the 20.4% the Islanders. 10 dramatically favor the Carolina. Still with the Islanders. Damage loss. 8 for the Hits. 2016 for the Islanders. Carolina's 13 goals, but they get 1,083 heads blocked off. Carolina's locked in the league of batters as well. 15 out of 15 lost off in the Islanders. 37 for Carolina. Carolina does a really good job of playing the shots and pressure games and hold those and those block a lot of shots to do it. Now, the team is perfect. It's very, very important for the Islanders to have those first. It's still important for Carolina to more important for the Islanders. So the first Carolina's 35 seconds for if they trail first in 17, 16, and 3. The Islanders 27, 5, and 10 when they score first, when they trail first 12, 22. So again, it's not that surprising if the team is this offensively gifted as some of the others that this definitely gets the series in that technically Carolina is the better team of the two. The Islanders have played a little bit still very close. One goal was 531 points percentage for Carolina. I'm surprised that's not higher. On the Islanders side, 5.1. So, yeah, one goal team, right around 500. 2 goal games on Carolina's 7-14 in that category. 533 for the Islanders, so still about 500. 3 or more goals So that's where you end up with the time. So again, same with the Capitals, if they lose big, you don't necessarily like that. If they win, you're right. You know, so they get a channel vote, 84% diversity. Yes, so, 2020, Carolina versus lost in the first round against Boston, 5-21. 2021, they lost in the second round against Tampa Bay, also in 5 games. 2022, they got to the second round again. Same as the year before, but this time they lost in 7 against the Rangers. Honestly, they got not the final, but they got swept by the upset before the Panthers. That inspired everybody. On the Islanders side, 2020, they got all the way to the conference final, lost in 6 against Tampa. They were the toughest out with Tampa, both 2020 and in 2021 as well, where they lost in 7 semifinals against Tampa Bay. So, yeah, the Islanders not big fans of playing Tampa Bay in the conference for the time of return. 2022, the Islanders in the playoffs. 2022, they lost in the first round against Carolina. So here we go again. Carolina wants to turn the going to change they did last year, hoping for this ending. And the Islanders won in the third, which we had last year. Jacob Slavin, 81 games, 6 goals, 31 assists, 37 points. Remarkable defenseman. We know how good he is. The playoff time, he's that good and is capable of elevating further. His point totals this year, not bad either. Jake Gensel since Northern Carolina has fit right in. 17 games, 6 goals, 7 assists, 23 points. The Islanders need to find a way to track him down in the playoffs. That's on a little bit quieter for him. 20 games, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. But we know from the Washington Capitals Stanley Cup run in 20 games, that's also really important. So, and that they cover this time of year, they won't get some defense on them. The Islanders side, Andrew Sweet, they get 20 goals, 17 assists, 37 points, 81 games for him. That's what they're going to be going for. Keith said the defense again. Physical teams, capable of bringing in. The whole identity line, I can't put on the board and said these guys would be huge in this. But Suzuki's 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points in 70 games. And then Slavin on one side and then Pellick on this side. Pellick for similar reasons. Really good defensive defenseman. 58 games, 1 goal, 50 assists. This year for a total of 50 points. So it's interesting because Carolina doesn't necessarily play by really strong tempo, but they do play that defensive style. They do have a more attacking game than the Islanders, but I would not be surprised if they carry populated with 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. Probably both times they have as well. The Islanders went overtime always blocked this year. Carolina not necessarily anywhere near as much, but in playoff time, they could be swinging from overtime here. I think this series is getting closer. 81% voting for the first game might be, but I want to know as well. It's going against Benson, popular opinion. Yeah, it's quite a popular opinion for the fitness to be honest. I would be very surprised if we don't get it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe again. Great. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Again. I can't get the order this. They're all AI voices. If you think I'm playing a video game to push political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. The viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for watching, and now watch this drive. I am so damn happy we are finally back with the greatest sport of all time. Oh, we're playing some water polo? You're not trying to get the wet mosquito. Yeah. No, we're not playing water polo. There's a game for that. Don't care. I just want to get out there. I actually just read on Steam and there is a water polo that is coming out. Nice. No one's here. All right, let's go. I actually kind of hope they know about that. I still like to see it. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for accepting my invitation to play with us. Your invitation, they're all in my damn old office. There's a something they didn't do. Then I want to ask you, 3 guys to thank everybody to come over and play with you. I was trying to, but my BlackBerry wasn't working. Your BlackBerry hasn't worked since 2009.
You're still using a BlackBerry?
No, anyway, yes, we are all going to play some golf against each other. So we are the team captains of Donkey Giants get given Red Donald's George, Bill, Don, and Brent. No, we aren't doing teams. In fact, I hope you all cleared your calendars because it's going to be a long one. Later this we're going to be writing solo. All right. Not like the sort of method of getting the job done, but I can handle it. So, how do we do this, do I get some magazines that this is my imagination? That was wrong. So we are doing a 1v, 1v, 1v. Wait a minute, time out. It's only have 4 people to play? Yes, so I know. But that nobody is touching my head. I can just sit out and watch it. That's all I explain. All right, Robert, it's good. Oh my God, we're not doing teams. You're going to be worried. Well, that wouldn't make sense either. Gotcha. All right, Robert, get back in. Robert.
Wait, so how did you create initial players?
I probably hacked the game like he does with every other game we play. No, I was playing it all.
Wait, so I'll actually have my movie characters? I'll get the question.
No, you're still being the Just put a muzzle of duct tape on. I have a gun in the car you can use it.
That's disgusting.
And so, how are we doing this? Like, all 8 of us do 3 holes? Well, oh, this is getting raunchy. So, I don't like the teacher, but today might be the and it is.
Ready?
Okay. The gates are corn. It's not bad, right?
Let's some trouble. Yeah.
We cannot fly. You know, we are not doing all 8 of us. Play 1 ball. Instead, we will be doing a tournament.
Alright, so like a bracket format?
Not quite. All 8 of us will play at the same hole to start. Then the top 4 will move on to the second hole. Top 2 on that hole will play against each other in the final. The third hole. I didn't get that. Can you start over from like the 16-second mark of this video? Good Lord, Robert, hand me my laptop, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Is it in this thing?
Yes. See if his birth certificate is in there too, Rob. Fuck off, dog, really.
Yeah, so, that's a parent.
Good thing, let me just throw this food on this. Bill, if you saw much as even open that laptop.
I need some funky glue done. Speaking of which, I heard you and Joe were on Don's laptop again.
Oh, no. That was also, I want to go part of that.
What part of what?
I can't say that I don't want to say that it's music advertising for video.
It's advertised? What the fuck were you two on?
Right here. This is something I made up in so
No, I need an answer. Am I going to end up on Dateline?
all right, I'll tell you, but you might want to have a seat.
With who? You and Chris Hansen?
Guys, you play fair to ask. Anyway, here, I made this. Yeah, it's this is the order. Those the top 4 we wanted to settle. Oh, so Luke, Ben, Bill, and George are moving on.
Where did you come up with that?
He said the top 4.
The top 4 performers will move on to the next round. What you see is just the order of who is going.
Well, I didn't comprehend any of that. Okay, well, Robert's right, so you can just figure it out as we go. I assume everyone else will finish. I'll take the silence as a yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like I was listening. All right, you all ready for this?
Joe is set to tee off and get us underway here at Augusta.
So you're either playing or commentating. You keep going.
But Barry said,
I don't give a rat's ass about what Barry says. Well, this look. Come on.
I know I can do it, but I'm almost certain that round on there don't go on different.
I realize, but I'm almost certain the fire doesn't cause a building doubles.
Leave the conspiracy theories to Rob.
I'm not a conspiracy therapist. Yeah, okay. And Bill did not have said,
Oh, I'm thin ice right now. Well, Bill, there's 7 more people waiting to go. Okay? Thanks. Maybe that's not about it.
So your lack of power is what makes you miss that.
Lack of power, my ass. I'm the damn president. So that's it. I'm done. Well, no, we still have to see how everyone else fares. In other words, you're done.
yeah, I hate to call it one. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm actually playing this game.
All right. No need to show yourself over here now.
awful thing. Pitcher commentating. Actually, never mind. I can't stand it. What is it? A good stay on it. All right, I'm taking this right on. Let's use a putter. I'm on the fairway, Donald. I'm not using a putter. Shut up, Donald. That's far. I'll take it. Whoa, who the hell is that supposed to be?
It's you, but I have like 10 different faces.
Looks nothing like me.
Oh, Mike, you've been bitching to play this game. We finally let you play, and you still find something to bitch about. All right, but you want to lose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want. Fucking daddy. Hi-ya! If that wasn't a panty drop of a shot, I don't know what it is.
Well, then, these spectators have incredibly low expectations.
I don't know what Ben's whining about. I think my guy looks just like me.
Yeah, if you DH 40 years.
You're going to follow in Ben's footsteps, or actually listen to the golf wizard himself and use a putt. Putter? I barely know it.
Bill, that one didn't even make sense.
You don't make sense. Look at that shit off. Never mind, it didn't go in. I blame my kid. Why he gave me a putter behind me. All right, if this one goes in, Brett has to marry Bill.
What?
Got to prepare those vows, honey. Sorry, I don't make it look. Did I go through that? No, we aren't even halfway through with this. All right, don't know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Well, back to it. What they drive.
Why would you use a striker on this hole?
Why would you want to defend it clearly against that? I'm beginning to take back what I said. You need to relax. When serious things happen. Because, I mean, that's golf. Golf is supposed to be relaxing. It's been a little over 5 minutes and you've all done nothing but make it political. Well, all due respect, folks.
When I didn't realize how close the hole was on my tee off.
All right, Barry, what you saying now, kid? Here we go. No, Steve, shut the hell up.
Oh, man, that looks odd. Wow, Barry. Assuming you sink this putt, you should be looking at an easy birdie. Far the absolute worst.
Oh, damn. Take that. Yeah. Good job, Barry.
Yep, and just like that, Joe has officially been eliminated from the tournament.
Wait, what?
Oh, wow. My turn already?
Yeah, let me see that.
So, what is the objective?
So you're going to want to hit the white ball as close to the...
Oh, my God. I'm kidding, you guys. Where I know how to play.
That's the close one. Don't need an analysis. Oh, look at time. Oh, wow.
Yep. Do yourself a favor and don't mansplain anything to me. Okay?
Oh, if you can set it, please. I will.
Welcome to British Columbia.
See all of the semis.
Oh, so we're only three? No, but you're doing now because you eliminate as well. Up the top, yeah. Is that for real? Oh, no, I'm on. Okay, let's see. What holes are we even doing? The front, the back, and the third one is down to the wild card. Whatever you see fit, that's it. Nothing about the damn course. Robert, you're not doing a very good job. You just barely steady. I do that. I didn't know that. Everything out of George's Mountain is goes. That's the left of the next construction. Well, I'm getting there. There you go. Jeez, I just wanted to play some golf. To be honest with golf would be the most relaxing, least tense game we could play together. Well, Davis is very way better. Bill, could you say one more perverted thing, actually? Oh, yeah, I'm the perverted one. At least I'm not married to my sister.
I am not married to my sister.
I'm still waiting for my question to be answered. Well, I'm sorry, what do you want your question? What golf holes are we doing to this thing? So each hole will be one that only have a higher ball. If our 4 or 5 hole with 8 people would take a superb amount of time. So very study. You have been like notorious for this. I just wanted to know the hole. I didn't need the reason behind it, just enough. Oh, that's not okay. Hole 12 with a par 3 to start. Second hole will be hole 3 with a par 4. And the third and final hole of the top 2 will be 13, which is a par 5. Okay, now we can actually do this. Robert, you can just like hold it the hole is always been
Oh, hey, can I maybe go along? I was expecting something talking about. No worries.
No, my turn. All right, you all fucking introduce Trump's masterclass performance. Ooh, you suck.
Actually, hang on, let's just say hypothetically, for the sake of the argument that Donald was to put on a Trump mask.
Senator, all days, I'm certainly not doing this today.
Okay, I'll cut right to the chase. But if Donald got a far better, we would have a tie.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is That's right.
Oh, well, if you gotta start all over. No, we just have a tiebreaker of some sort. Who's in the hot seat? And the British.
No, very much.
British. Oh, we're talking tournament related. Probably a big, you know. Bill and Tanner are at risk of being eliminated. So let's just cross that bridge when it happens.
Good call. Nothing is set in stone yet. Donald still needs to sink the putt.
Better figure your shit out, asshats. Well, great.
So what's the plan, Barry?
All right, so here's what we know for sure. Here's the scorecard after the first hole. Then Luke, George, and Robert. Great games, unfortunately, is going to bunch of malarkey. Me, Brendan, and Donald will for sure in the semifinals. Whoa, hang on. Just because this is your game doesn't mean you can say yourself feel better. You forget them both.
Bill, Harry, Donald, and I all had birdies. You and Beck had to do the par.
That's it. So Ben and I fight for the death. No, we need some kind of tiebreaker. Ben, here are my keys. Go out to my car and get the order in the center console. We're down the rest.
Still, nobody wants the rest of the fight. I'm having a physical obligation.
Ben would say otherwise.
No, I would not.
You should just play another home. You know, Bill and I.
No, that would take too much time.
And this happened? Why I should do it alphabetically then? What percent would come first? Alphabetically goes through. Both our names start with a B, though.
Guess we gotta go based on the second letter of swinging on those two.
No, I comes well after E.
Yeah, but I before E, except after C, little Benjamin. And there's no C, so looks like you're out.
What? Yo, that's a completely different.
All right. Sounds to me like we got it all set.
No, we don't.
All right, so Bill, congratulations. You're going. Brendan, Donald, and I in the semifinals.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, Ben, would you stop fucking bitching? I think Bill's funny. That doesn't feel like fair way to sound. All right, here we go, everyone. Here's the semifinal split.
What a bunch of BS.
We're now moving on to hole number 3. Bill, you want hole number 3.
Remember, we are playing the third hole on the course as our set.
That's perfect. We got very complicated to help.
Bill, you're up first. Go ahead and remember to swim by stick again. There's something wrong with the driver. Driver, I'm barely doing it. Bill!
This? Yes, it is. Why?
Manufacturers of tumbler drinking cups. Actually, he is all right, everyone. Get your tinfoil caps on. No, guys, you're Mexican.
You can't, no one had him can't stable this food on for a long time, so. I bought on Campaign by site too, so.
Just not gonna happen. All right.
Okay, but between the three of us, I am leading in voters between the ages of.
That's great. Hey, let me know when those translate to electoral points. I actually agree with Robert. Dude? Bill, come on, it's fear month. Oh no, I'm talking about how we wanted a redo earlier because all of you wouldn't stop gas. It's distracting. And it's going to cost me this mask. Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about that, but everyone at home, just do your own research, please.
Yeah, this isn't your platform to rally on, Robert. No, I'm not trying to create a platform for myself, but maybe it would be a good idea if two others, the people, would be willing to actually debate.
Serious definitely gonna be
Nah,
gone.
I'm good. You just keep stealing those votes from Joe. Whoa, what? I think it's safe to say I'm not. Thanks, Jimmy. Over. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Well, the son of a bitch. She actually followed through with this. Unbelievable.
Sounds like you're not inside, try to get us to focus on your own life.
Cool. Yeah, right. Hang on. If I'm living there, do I have to go home to it? Well, I mean, eventually, yes. But you're more than happy to stick around for the finals. That's what we're going to do. Ooh, someone say who?
Yeah, we're having some steaks.
Nothing screams classy White House dinner than serving mediocre food.
Excuse me. Then I'd order Little Caesars before eating crumb steaks. Come on.
Little Caesars isn't that sick.
It's nothing either.
I'd rather have frozen pizza than Little Caesars.
All right, now we are saturated.
Actually, I didn't have a very good food. Traitors, I barely know it.
Come on. These are all just really bad. Thanks, man. They don't even make sense.
No, the real ability up on the trade block and then
I'm actually very interested in hearing more about that bitter dough pizza.
I'll trade you those from the pizza you got around it for no cash. That's because it's sealed up. Well, I don't have to pass. I want you to see that. And also,
You don't have celery, but
well, not here. Yeah, that's, you get out in the car with it.
What?
Bill, come on, this. I left the window cracked.
why the hell is your wife waiting in the car?
I'm kidding. He's fine. My God, just opened the bench that anyway. So he's just chilling to see the rest.
Well, Barry and Donald, unless you two are just as bad, I think it's safe to say Bill and I will not be making an appearance in the finals.
Well, if that's the case, why don't you not get out of it?
Yeah, I don't think my husband would be very fond of that.
Oh, why not? He can join us. Isn't that what the family? Well, I'm running up and my service. All right, Barry, what you say? Just extra, read all about it. Barry's going to get a hint. No doubt about it. I don't know who I'm for.
Me? What did I do?
Drop this. Thank you.
But you asked me.
Just drop it. It's done.
Dude, what? What is done?
He'll give you the keys. I'm getting that gag out of your car. Yes, make sure the car's still running for hills. Don't want her to get too hot in there. I thought you were kidding about that.
Also, how would the car be running if you have the keys?
Oh, cool. I should be on it. Looks like Brad and Bill are still alive. So they've been very close to Dennis for one of them can still get the food. So you're assuming I'm not going to put on a better show? Well, if you listened, I said could.
Okay, well, Barry just earned himself a definite spot in the finals.
Clearly fixed. Yeah, Bill. I'm clearly fixing a PGA Tour video next time. Quiet, please. Quiet. Please remain standing.
A good amount of people are still sitting.
Probably for the best, because they're going to faint when they see this killer shot. Why are they sighing? Looks like you hit a tree. If that was intentional, that's pretty impressive. Who the hell built this piece of shit and put a tree right in the middle of the course? They say a tree cylinder for the course, and it's very along to the side. No, Donald just expects a clear path through the whole thing. Single dot. No, I just don't expect a tree branch to hang over the entire course.
Wasn't over the entire course.
Shut up, Jim. Tell me that it's another frickin'. It's in another frickin'. Hey, they're still in this. I get them on the room. All my this, all the question. You got talking. Yeah, but you're assuming Donald is actually a decent golf. I am a decent golf. In fact, I'm a fantastic golf. It's the best there is. Oh, yeah, too. Watch this thing. Oh, he's hacking. Mod. Excuse me, mods. No. Slow down with her anticipation. I'm going to do what's happening. These shitheads in the finals. Oh, no. Like I said, this is great. Come on, let's get out of here. How did you? What in the world? How did you make that in? Because I'm the greatest of all time. Why don't any of you ever listen to me? All right, guys, after a very clutch performance from Donald, he will be joining me in the finals. And Rick? Now, Rick would have been like Billy now. Oh, he's a good one. Wow. Here's the scorecard for the finals, everybody. Donald, I think the best of them. Hold on, time out. That's the scorecard. What do you mean? The same way we've been doing it, best score wins. Obviously, the best score for that whole best score for that whole. So my previous performances don't mean anything. No, you and I got the same score as I'm coming over. You don't know as a tiebreaker. That's stupid. I'm clearly winning overall. That's how golf works.
Yeah, but we've been eliminating people every round based on their performance for that one, not overall.
Then you're eliminated. Why are you even here?
Okay, now take the Super Bowl for example. If the NFC team goes undefeated in the regular season and wins every playoff game to get to the Super Bowl, what would their record be?
Know how to do math, bro?
Just feel it.
All right. Well, if they went undefeated in the regular season, I would assume that they got the bye and went straight to the divisional round. Win that and the conference championship, that would make you 18-0. Wait, 19. Forgot they added an extra game.